Hi everyone, it's Donna here from Donna's Creative Corner, and today I have two videos that I'm planning to upload. This first one is all bodices and bows. Oh my. I am hoping that this is going to work because I don't have the right setup to record something big like this, but we'll give it a shot and we'll see how it goes. If need be, I can, if anybody's interested in these, I can take close-up pictures. But let's see how this goes. I do have to say up front that with the bodices, more times than not, you won't be able to get the appliques off of it without losing beadwork, because most of the time it's sewn, the beadwork and the sequins are sewn all the way through the satin. Sometimes you can't tell that until you get it taken apart. I want to say that right up front. So most times you will need to fussy cut around and use it as one big piece, or find some way to seal in the stitches on the back side so that you can cut appliques out. That being said, this first bodice looks like you'll be able to get the appliques off, because the stitching on the back is just the stitching that holds the appliques on. It doesn't look like the beadwork stitching, so you may be able to just take that apart and get this whole piece off. I'm going to start at the, like I said, this is not the best configuration here. This is bodice number 1, and it has some tulle around the top, and then the collar part has very pretty dangles on it. There's a cluster in the very bottom of the V, and there's also clusters all the way around, almost to the back. You can see that the one in the front, got another cluster of dangles there, and they are pearls and crystals, little crystals, or clear. And there's another one on the side. So a very pretty collar on it. Then going down the front, there is actually another cluster of dangles right here. You can see that. Very pretty. Then going down to a V in the front, and there you have it. Moderately beaded and appliqued. I'll flip it over so you can see the back. It has it has a zipper closure, but there are buttons, satin covered buttons all the way down. Some of these buttons are they're a little dirty, a little stained. So this is the beadwork on the back. So that is bodice number 1, and I am asking $12 for this one. Bodice number 2. This one is nicely beaded. It has large beads on it. It has a satin, oops, let me zoom all the way out first. It has a satin collar. It does have the sleeves. The sleeves are, the appliques on the sleeves are all on tulle, so you will probably be able to either get these off or cut around them to get these off. So you've got 2 long sleeves. I'll show you the detail in just a minute. I can give you the overall. Very nice flower beadwork clusters on here, and it goes down to a V at the bottom. So let me show you the detail here. You can see the flowers are heavily beaded flowers all over it. This one I can't tell. More likely than not, once you get the satin off the back, you will find that the stitching will probably go all the way through the satin for the beads. So it's fairly heavily beaded, and again you have the long sleeves that are all on tulle, and you have all these beautiful flowers. And this is, I would say this is an off-white, or maybe even a, yeah, I'd say this is an off-white. So that is bodice number 2, and I am asking $14 for this one. Bodice number 3 is my favorite. A while back I offered some appliques from this same dress that were heavily beaded, and the bodice was no exception. This is a cream or a champagne color, very heavily beaded. The sequins, I think these are clear sequins, or maybe they're the iridescent. Well, anyway, very pretty. You can see that coming down to this beautiful V in the front. This one is mostly not attached, so this one probably can be taken off without losing beading. I can't tell from the inside what you're going to run up against once you cut through this, but it is gorgeous, just gorgeous. The camera doesn't pick up the sparkle. Well, yes, I guess it does. The sparkle and the shine in this, just absolutely stunning. The appliques on this were stunning as well. That's the front side. Let me show you up close so you can see the beautiful beadwork. Beads and sequins all over this. Very pretty. It's got a scallop along the edge of the neckline. Look at the sparkle. Gorgeous. And the back side, not quite as much, but still has some nice appliques on the back, going up to some swirls up onto the top of the neckline. Okay, this is bodice number 3, and I am asking $13 for this one. Bodice number 4. This one I'm not going to be able to get everything in. Oops. Everything in. It has these really wide, they were off the shoulder sleeves. They kind of fold over like that. Very nice applique work on the sleeve part. Has a big cluster here. I'll show you the detail in a minute. Dangles on the front. They have these, let me show you the detail on this. This beautiful dangle. Now this is hard to do from straight up. You can see with the tube beads that had these, the tube beads have discolored. They have kind of a smoky gray, almost black coloring to them, but it's still pretty. And then here is that bead cluster at the very bottom of the neckline. Isn't that pretty? So here's a close-up, nice beadwork. Some more bead clusters here, flowers, coming down to the bottom of the bodice and down to the very point with some very large beads down here. very big beads at the bottom here. And let me show you the back up to the sleeves. Nice big appliques on the sleeves. Yeah, that you can see the stitching goes all the way through that, so you will have to cut around the appliques for sure on the sleeves. Let me zoom back out again and show you the back. Now the back has a big bow at the back. Unfortunately, the applique on the bow has a stain on it. It's discolored right there. You can see that. And there's some more appliques. Not as much beading on the back. The appliques are pretty though. Little bead clusters. Whoops. And this is what you have at the back. Also on the back side of the sleeves there are more appliques back here. So this is bodice number 4, and I am asking $12 for this. Oh, I just scared one of my cats. And the last one, bodice number 5. Look at the sparkle on this one. This one, it does have the long sleeves. This is mostly beaded fabric. You can see there that it's fabric. Beaded and sequined. This is a cream color. Very pretty. A while back I sold the fabric from the skirt of this dress. At the very bottom of the sleeve there's this pretty beadwork at the bottom, the scallop. It goes around to a snap closure. Oh, that shows you the detail of the bead and sequin work on here, on the fabric. At the top of the neckline, there's some very pretty beadwork up here. Look at that, rows and rows of beads at the very top here. Very shiny, very sparkly. And then down the front there's some rice beads coming off of that top part. There's some bead clusters here. And then the rest is beaded fabric. If somehow you can back this with something that will keep the stitches in place, then you'll have some pretty flowers be able to cut out. And then the very bottom of the bodice. And the back is pretty much the same, the beaded sequined fabric in a cream. There is a row going down the back of beads that goes all the way up to the shoulder on both sides. So this is bodice number 5, and I'm only asking $8 for this. Now, I have a few bows. Bow number 1, satin. This is a cream colored bow, and it has a dangle in the middle with sequin flower in the center. can see the dangle there. This measures, where's my tape measure? I don't know where it went. It's probably buried somewhere here. Well, you can see it's probably 14 inches across. So that's bow number 1. I'm asking $2 for this. Bow number 2 is very pretty as well. This one is a white. It probably measures about 15 inches across, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 appliques on it. You can see the detail of the appliques. Bead cluster, and then some sequins, a few beads and sequins. This one is bow number 2, and I am asking $2.50 for this one. Bow number 3 is considerably larger. You can, well, it's larger. It's probably about 13 inches across, but going this way, it's a good foot this way. Has these pretty satin rosette flowers in the center, 2 of those, and it also has these dangles that come down off of it. All the way down, there's 5 of them. They look like strawberries at the end of me. Very simple but elegant. This is bow number 3. It's white, and I'm asking $2 for this. Bow number 4 is a cream color satin. Very simple, big rosette flower in the middle. Probably about 15 or 16 inches across, and a good foot up and down. Very simple, pretty cream. Bow number 4, I'm asking $1.50 for this. And lastly, bow number 5 is a cute little white satin bow with a big rosette in the center, and some pearl buttons on the 4 corners. And this one measures about 11 inches across and about 7 inches deep. And this one I'm asking $1.50 for as well. So those are the bodices and bows. I will be coming up in my next video, hopefully uploading not too long after this one, will be appliques and some skirt panel pieces. So that's coming up as well. If you're interested in any of these things you've seen, or if you would like more detailed photos, if you couldn't get a good idea from the video, just send me an email. I prefer email. It's easier for me to respond and to keep track of which orders come in first. My email address will be in the box below, as always. And as things sell out, I always indicate in the description box which things are sold. So bye for now. Stay tuned for part 2 with appliques and panels. Thanks. Bye.